Yo, what up? How you guys doing out there today? This is your boy RotoBeast. I'm here with my boy Jeremy and Chris, and hey, we're here to present you our MLB Core Plays for Thursday, August 6th. If you're new to this channel, please make sure to click the subscribe button below so you can watch all of our MLB, NBA, and NFL videos. If you haven't came and checked out our website here at DFsCheatSheet.com, you're absolutely missing out.
We lost them.
Including a complete optimizer, daily FanDuel and DraftKings cash lineups. Hey, we're truly a one-stop shop for all your DFS needs. So make sure to check out the site here at DFSCheatSheet.com. So what up, fellas? How you guys doing out there today?
Fantastic. I just want to say apologize, no hot puck and no crush spot in print today, but we're here with the video. The next best thing, right?
For sure. So yeah, I'm ready to jump into it. Just talk some baseball. Hey, things been going very well for us. MLB, NBA been absolutely crushing. Got those PGA lineups in this morning as well. So good time for sports. Got a lot of things going on. Yeah. So I'm gonna jump into it. I'm gonna start with our cash game core, and you guys can round us out. We kind of will get out of here. First guy I'm gonna go with. I like Tyler Chatwood going against a Kansas City team who's been struggling a little bit. The guy, I mean, obviously you can't take the numbers for what they are. 63 and 49 fantasy points his first two starts. I'm not saying he's going to do that today, but I still think that he does give you a solid floor. Quality starts and wins in back-to-back games. I like the Cubs today to put up a bunch of runs, so I think that he'll get some he'll definitely get some run support out there. So Tyler Chatwood for cash, I think he's a pretty good play. There's other plays you can look at. I just like the floor that he gives us against this young Kansas City team. Next, I'm gonna go to second base, and I'm gonna go a guy that I actually had. A guy that I actually had yesterday. I had Ketel Marte for Arizona. Didn't let us down. 2,900. Very good play here. The guy's at the top of the order. He's been swinging a pretty good bat to start the season. Gives us power upside. He hasn't stolen a base yet, but he does have stolen base upside as well. A little bit of pop in the bat. So I definitely think that Ketel Marte is a guy that we can look at coming in at a very, very fair price tag in a really good hitting environment out there in Arizona. I definitely think there's going to be some runs scored. Next, I'm going to go to a Cub. I talked about Chatwood's team, and I liked him. Chris Bryant batting in that leadoff spot, 3,700. I think he's a really good play. He's been swinging a really good bat. He has 4 hits in the past 3 games, a couple of doubles and a home run. I think he's kind of starting to turn a little bit of a corner this season. After starting off a little bit sluggish the first couple of games. I like Chris Bryant, 3,700. Next, we're gonna go to the outfield. I'm gonna get me an Atlanta Brave out there in that hot ballpark where balls have been flying. You got Ronald Acuna giving us power upside, gives us stolen base upside. The guy gets a bunch of walks, man. He just gets on base, and that's what we want. Guy get on base and give us the opportunity to get us some stolen bases and some runs, giving us a good floor. So Acuna's gonna be my next guy that I'm gonna go with. And then last guy, I just think this guy's too cheap. I've played him year in, year out. Gives us some stolen base upside, gives us some power upside. We want those dual threat type of guys. I'm looking at Jonathan VR batting in that leadoff spot at 2,600 for Miami. The guy's a hitter. He started this season off a little bit slow, but you see what's going on with all these Miami guys. Like they had to take a bunch of days off, the Corona stuff, etc. VR, man, he's a guy that I've liked for multiple years. I'm going to continue to go with him at a low price like this. Definitely. So I think he's a good play. So one thing I do want to quickly say before we move on. All 4 batters, we got Marte, Chris Bryant, Acuna, Villar. I didn't purposely pick these guys because they were all in the leadoff spot. I just like the plays. It just happened to work out that they're all in the leadoff spot. And that's just a positive for us. Usually the guys in the leadoff spot, the 2-hole, they tend to get an extra at-bat. And we'll take every at-bat possible, that we can get to kind of help us with our cash lines for sure. So that's really where I'm at. I'm going to pass it off to Chris if you want to kind of get us started with your crush spot.
Sure. Quick shout out to Ben real quick. He writes for us a little bit baseball stuff. He loves the Braves. He's in Georgia. He just said Adam Duvall going for a big game tonight, and I tend to agree, but Steph mentioned him yesterday, and if I'm not mistaken, he did hit a bomb last night, right?
I told you. Jeremy texted me. He was like, hey, your boy Duvall. Hey, yesterday, and I'm not saying because there was a couple that you had as well. 3 out of the 4 hitters, though, yesterday hit bombs. Marte had 21 fantasy points. It was a good day for us.
Fantastic.
With our line.
So before I get into my 5, I'm telling you right now, I love the Toronto at Atlanta game, and I love Milwaukee at the White Sox tonight. So 3 of my 5 picks are from the Toronto at Atlanta game. So I'll kick it off with, I love Johan Camargo tonight, batting 7th for Atlanta, $2,200 on FanDuel. That's almost as cheap as it gets. 2,000 is the cheapest one. Rowdy Tellez looks like he's batting cleanup for Toronto tonight, $2,600 on FanDuel. Lourdes Gurriel Jr., another Toronto guy, batting 3rd, $2,500 on FanDuel. And then if we go to the Chicago-Milwaukee side of things, Ben Gamel, he looks to be leading off tonight after hitting a bomb or a donger at the bottom of that lineup. Yesterday, was it, Jeremy, or was it Tuesday, if I'm not mistaken? Ben Gamel, Milwaukee. He was
2 nights ago, two-run dong.
Yeah, he was batting 8th or 9th, and then when these guys hit, they move him up. So Ben Gamel leading off tonight for Milwaukee against Gio Gonzalez. It's cooler in Chicago tonight, 74, 75 degrees, perfect baseball weather. And then the heavy hitter, Javi Baez, tonight in Kansas City, $3,500, premium position at shortstop. And that's really all I got for you guys tonight. Just boom, boom, right to the point.
Yeah, I don't want to take Jeremy's thunder. I don't know if he's going to talk about them or not, but I feel like Chris, like me and you, were on one of the teams. Is we both like the Cubs. I think the Cubs are a really, really good team to look at today for sure. So what do you got for us, Jay, with your stacks, man?
First of all, I'll go with pitching like I normally do. And if you guys have been a fan of our website for the past couple of years, you've watched the stuff we've done, you know that these 3 to 5 game slates I get really excited for them because it's so condensed and the chalk tends to all line up in the same spot. And it seems to me like both of you guys really like Atlanta and both of you guys really like Chicago. I will say this. You take a look at Touki Toussaint. The guy has a lot of talent as far as arm talent goes. He's a bright prospect, but the guy last year had a 301 ISO against left-handed pitching. Give me the left-handed bats of Toronto. I'm going to stack against Atlanta here, and I'm going to follow that up by saying that I absolutely love Nate Pearson pitching for Toronto tonight. You take a look at what he did in AAA. He was a 7.5 K per 9 guy in AAA and AA, 9.91 Ks per 9. You take a look at his stuff. What does he throw? What's the pitch mix? 96.2 average miles per hour. On his fastball, he throws that 53% of the time. So you can't just sit dead red on the fastball. He follows it up with a slider, 84.7 mile per hour average speed on the slider, throws that about 40% of the time. So fastball slider guy, which means high ground ball percentage, which means when you're facing this Atlanta club in this particular environment, the condensed season, the one thing we can say about Atlanta, yes, they've had some games where they've put up monster numbers, but they've also had games where they've struck out a lot. That I would say that's been the Achilles heel of the Atlanta Braves. So on this slate, for me, it's more of a tournament slate. It's because it's really chalky. I think that the Baltimore and Miami game is going to get a lot of action, but from a weather standpoint, that game doesn't look good to finish. I do like Jordan Yamamoto, and I like stacking Miami against Wade LeBlanc, but that game is a tournament-only rostering because of the fact that it looks like the weather's going to get really bad in Baltimore for probably like the 4th, 5th inning on, where you're going to get some light rain to heavy rain, and then we don't know if that game finishes. So from a pitching standpoint, the other guy I like to be contrarian with here, and I'm glad to hear that you like Ketel Marte, because I'm going to go with Zach Gallen. I think that this guy's pitched really well in 2 starts. There's a ton of upside with him as well. Arizona went out and got him last year. The guy, in my opinion, is one of the brightest young pitchers in baseball. Really crafty pitcher as well. And Houston last night, yes, they put up a big spot, but look, I'm going to tell you this, and I'm going to say it every time Robbie Ray pitches. First, his mechanics are completely different. He's got the long hair going. He's now a short armor of the baseball. He doesn't, and one thing that hasn't changed is Robbie Ray doesn't have control. In 2 of those games, Houston has put up a lot of runs and got deep into that bullpen. Why am I bringing that up? Because you got a guy like Zach Gallen going tonight. They need Zach Gallen to go 6 or 7 innings to give that bullpen a break. That's just the guy, in my opinion, that can do that. Maybe he gives up 2 or 3 runs, but as far as strikeout upside, a quality start, and then being contrarian, where I think people are going to continue to load up Houston against Arizona, that's kind of where I'm at. My favorite stack of the day, though, I'm with you guys. I love Chicago. I think Chicago's in a really good spot. I think they're probably the chalkiest team of the day. And then I'm going to follow it up load up Milwaukee. Milwaukee has been an absolute dud, in my opinion, to start this season. They're going against Gio Gonzalez, and I just use the term crafty. The guy's had a really solid career, the consummate professional, like we always say. But I think Milwaukee starts to get on track here. They've got to start pressing. They've got to get with it. And I like the guys that you mentioned, Ben Gamble at the top of that lineup. Keston Hiura is probably my favorite play in that stack with the right on left matchup. So that's where I'm at. I'm going really against the grain. At least I feel like I'm going really against the grain. I will use Chatwood today because it is against Kansas City. But to me, Pearson and Gallen are my top two pitchers, and Toronto my top overall stack to be contrarian with taking the whole Toronto side of things against Atlanta.
Yeah, for sure. So I think that's really where we're at. If you guys want a more in-depth analysis on today's slate, make sure to check out the site, DFSCheatSheet.com. And hey, good luck on your guys' contest tonight, all right? Peace out.